the Tasty Chips
Hi.
GR-1. Now this has been causing all sorts of excitement across the internet and besides. So you are the guys responsible, right?
Yes. We are a three-man company, but one guy is at home now. So we're with two of us representing Tasty Chips, yes.
And whereabouts are you from?
We're from Utrecht, Netherlands.
Yeah, I know it well. Lovely canal there.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, tell me a little bit about the GR1 because it's had people really excited. I mean, it seems to be mostly down to the GUI that you've designed and the way that you've implemented it. Can you show me a little bit? Maybe we can listen to some stuff.
Yeah,
too?
of course. Yeah. So we really carefully designed the interface. It took about 3 years to work the idea out. What we did is we took a lot of care on designing it with the alignment of the LFOs. We have two LFOs here, and they're aligned, so you can see it on the screen. Also, the sample position is underneath the screen, and the screen is actually a very important feature because it really gives visual feedback on what you're doing.
Absolutely. And just to be clear, I mean, it's a sample-based granular synthesizer, right?
Yes, it is. You can load your samples from USB or your USB hard drive, but we're also working on a feature to sample with your class-compliant audio interface. So that's a stretch goal we had in the Kickstarter, which we reached. So we're trying to develop that now. So you can record your samples from your modular setup or just your microphone inputs, and make sounds with the GR1 with your new samples.
And there's a real desire for granular sampling to become easier to operate. And is that why you think people have really gone for this? Because it looks sort of straightforward? Yeah,
that's one of the goals we had, to make a machine that's very easy to use, and the controls that are at like really logical places. Like for instance, we have the LFOs that we all talked about yet, and you have you the envelope of the grains. This is the tilt, so you see that this little envelope of the grains, and of course you have your general envelope here with your ADSR, and maybe we can talk a little about all the other features.
Yeah, sure.
Granular synthesizer has of course the grains, the density it's called. If you play a note, you can see how much grains. We can do 128 grains per voice, and this machine is operating at max 10 voices now, but we're trying to optimize the code to do 16 voices, so you can do really ambient kind of stuff and with really long releases.
And I've heard that it is actually a Raspberry Pi inside. I mean, that's the CPU that you're using, right?
Yeah, there's a Raspberry Pi in there. There's also another microcontroller for the interface readout, and there's some stuff for the HDMI as well. But the main core is based on the Raspberry Pi, yes.
Okay. So can we have a few more sounds? I mean, I just want to have a look at the interface because it's
we should try some drums or something also.
Of course, you have your LFOs that can control any parameter of the synthesizer. Like, for instance, if you want to have the position of the sample being modulated by, for instance, a sine wave, you can do this kind of stuff. But also this can be you can scan through the sample, forward and backwards. So now it's scanning through the sample, so it's moving through the sample, and when I play it, it starts playing the sample. This can be done forward or backwards as well. So we can do really unique sounds with it. And yeah, maybe a bit about the storage, because we can offer...
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. So you can, those sound like stereo samples, or is it stereo processing that's going on?
Yeah, what you hear is all samples are converted to mono, but what you hear is the pan spray. So let's say, for instance, you have a lot of grains. What you see, they're playing mono now, in mono.
Wow.
And with this, the chance of grains being fired left to right, there's a curve that's being, how do you say that? Yeah, there's a chance of the grains being fired or left or right. So if I play this, you can see they're being...
so the dots that represent the grains.
The squares represent the grains, and the grains can be from 5 milliseconds to 1 second. Yes.
1 second.
So that's about the grain size you can get with the samples. The samples can be 2 minutes.
Oh, right. So and
quite...
I guess you've got class compliant USB, so you can just stick whatever you want in there, right?
We're working on that. So you can stick your USB interface in it for live sampling and create your own samples. And those can be stored internally or on your USB or on the hard drive. And of course you have your MIDI keyboard that can connect via DIN or via USB.
Nice. So this is in production now, right?
Yeah, it's now in production. The Kickstarter campaign ended last week, and we're aiming at shipping in November. For the second batch, we're aiming at January.
And how did you exceed your goals on Kickstarter?
Sorry?
Did you exceed your goals on Kickstarter?
Yes, we were funded 300%, so it's way better than we expected.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm
Yeah.
pleased to hear
In
that.
3 hours, so...
Yeah, and now we're doing a second batch because of the success, so that's really cool.
Excellent. Well, wish you the best of luck, fellas.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.